I tell you, I want a tattoo as a Nitsu.
That's real.
He might be one of my goats.
He is, and he gets so much better.
He
in
gets
LA.
busy. I said, nah. As soon as he was like falling on the John, I
He's
said,
like locked in.
yeah, fully locked in.
Because you know, I don't know if I don't want to spoil.
No, don't spoil
one
thing.
He got something to do. He got something
to prove.
He got. All right,
I'm crying. You ready?
Yes.
Yep. There we go. Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Keepin It a Bean. Keepin It a Bean is a podcast that brings together culture and coffee. So this is what we do. We have conversations. I want to invite you into the space of one of my favorite places, which are coffee shops, bookstores, and really kind of bring you into the environment. You see? Y'all see? Yeah, really? The set is good. Yeah, get into it. If you are new here, it is so good to see you. My name is Marquise Davon. Keith, this American Negro, but please, never in your loving mind call me Mark. I don't do that. I will never be a Mark. Not today. But if you are returning, good hello to niggas and niggas only. You already know what the vibes are. It is so good to be back. Y'all, I'm sorry about last week. My SD card got corrupted and I lost my episode. Shit happens. But it's all good. Man. Life happens. And so super, super excited to get back into the rotation of things. We have a lot of really, really dope guests for the month of July and going into August. I'm so excited to see just a variety of people that are going to be coming on between pop culture, journalists, politicians, and all that good stuff. I'm excited to really get this thing going. Some comedians are coming on. I'm excited. Oh, yeah. Philly native. So really excited to get into that. But besides all that, if you want to support this here podcast right now, you can do so non-monetarily by going to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I think word of mouth is still one of the best ways to get most of the information out there, but I think it's still like the ultimate cosign at the end of the day. So feel free to tell whoever about this show. But then also make sure that you tweet me. Please let people know when you're listening to this show and all that good stuff. That really, really does help. So those who are tuned in right now, hit that share button. And tag me on Instagram.
Hold on, wait.
Tag me on Twitter.
I don't think they heard you. You gotta hit that share button. Come on, man.
Stop playing with them, all right? So please make sure that that's all fully done and ready to go. But please make sure you're locked in. However, if you are listening, or no, not listening, but if you're watching on this here YouTube, okay? Hit that like and subscribe button, okay? Make sure you leave a comment.
Yes.
Please continue to engage. This really is how you support podcasters.
And also, don't forget the notification bell so you can get reminded of the new content. Let the people know
every single day. Hit that bell. Let's get it. Have you been doing this before? Are you like... Oh, okay, we won't talk about that yet. I ain't gonna say nothing. But those are some of the best ways to support me right now. I'm revamping what the Patreon is going to be looking like, so I'm excited to bring you a lot more content over there. But not only just that, just finding different ways to support. And so if you want to support me monetarily, if you're interested in me coming, speaking at a school, speaking to your club, doing a workshop or anything like that, please feel free to hit my DMs. We can definitely get something rolling. If you are interested in me also just partnering and wanting to get some paid partnerships, you can also do so. If you want to add here on the podcast, you can do so. And we can really work something out. So I'm super excited just to really start ramping up a lot more of these different opportunities, but also just show support in different ways. So now that that's out of the way, we're good. Caught my breath. We're back.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I want to give a huge shout out real quick to the Kickback. Thank you all so much for having me. We got to close out Men's Mental Health Month by talking around the intersection of music and mental health. It is such a really laid back space. I really, really enjoyed it. Got a good time to like reflect and thinking around the music that really helps me when I'm in a space of like, oh, I just need a little bit more happiness or I need time to reflect. So it's really dope. So thank y'all for having me. Also, make sure if you're into music and culture and really just want three awesome perspectives, go listen to the Music Muse podcast. That is hosted by Selena, by Marie, and by John Zabala. These are some of my hometown natives. I'm so happy that they have this going because they are some of the most musically inclined people that I know. They are music enthusiasts. They are artists. Okay, they are critical thinkers when it comes to music. So really tap in. I found myself laughing. I found myself responding and all that good stuff. So please make sure that you're supporting other podcasts out here. I would love to hear what you think around their show too. Other than that, I'm cool. Anybody you want to shout out? Anything you're watching? Anything you're listening to?
Let me think. Is there anything I'm watching or listening to? This podcast. Let me think. Hold up. I'll tell you about this podcast, and I think the last one was this podcast.
Interesting. Yeah. See, let the people know what they should be watching and listening to. Get into it. No, thank you. But before we get into the show, I have this lovely, lovely human here. If you're a fan of the show, you already know this is actually one of the most interacted with episodes. Fun fact.
For real?
Yeah. No, fun fact. A lot of people were just like, yo, like this is really cool to see like a mentee-mentor kind of relationship. This is crazy. Why is this on the thing? Wow.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Y'all didn't see not
Actually,
one
if you're
thing.
even listening to it, you wouldn't even know what that was.
At all.
Like,
so don't worry about it. But no, they really, really love seeing like what it meant to be a mentor, what it meant to be a mentee, and a lot of responses from the episode we did together. They were just like, you were able to articulate yourself in a way that showed that this was a reciprocal relationship, right? Mm-hmm. And so for them, they were just like, this could be a model to how men get to interact with boys, and also making sure that mentorship actually makes sense. And so like a lot of people go back to this episode and listen to the conversation because it didn't feel like it was me talking down to you. It felt like we were engaged in conversation together, which I thought was like super dope feedback, to be completely honest. So make sure you tap into that episode as well. It's one of my favorites.
It has some funny moments in there and really good conversations.
Honestly and truly. And it's also funny because I said we tend to wear earth tones when we're around each other.
Yes. Look at it. Like,
you see the greens? You
like,
see the brown?
Like you see it?
We're here.
Like
someone said we didn't look like father and son, and I was
like,
very confused.
Hold up. Like you gotta really like look at it like you see the resemblance? Like I get it. Like you could tell I'm really like him because like the hair,
and I can tell I'm really him because look at the glasses.
You feel like
look at the charisma.
Y'all not even like
they're not on it. They're
not even peeping.
They're not
even peeping.
Okay, but y'all lock in. Okay, lock in.
Lock in.
Nah, but I'm glad to have you back on the show.
I'm glad to be back.
And I'm excited to be in this conversation with you today. Like really thinking around like new beginnings, like what you're excited for. Honestly, some stuff you've learned from high school that you will take into college and that you will leave in high school.
Yes.
But before we get into that, you already know what it is. Let's kick it off with the Keepin' It a Bean segment. And so Keepin' It a Bean, for those that don't know, this is where you get your hot take to say anything. So Keepin' It a Bean, keeping 100. This is your most authentic take, whatever's on your spirit, your personal, something about pop culture or politics, whatever you want to talk about. Get it off your chest here and now. What are you keeping it a beam about today?
Let me think. It's a lot of things I can really keep it a beam about. I feel like last time I gave like a musical one, I feel like I should give like a little bit one of something that is more dear to my heart.
Oh, let's get into it.
You feel me? I think that Frankenstein is one of the best books ever made.
Oh, Mary Shelley.
It is the first book I actually read completely all the way through, and Frankenstein's a really good book. Read the book.
Why Frankenstein?
Why Frankenstein?
Why'd you like it?
It ties back to high school. I was in Miss King class, my English teacher class. I was never really the biggest fan of reading, but she we had to do like a sign reading. It was like free time or something. I can't really remember, but it was this Frankenstein book with SAT prep questions in it, and I read through it so many times, and like. People wonder how I'm good at articulating words. Read some SAT prep books, man. Facts.
Not the SAT prep books is really what got you.
Nah, they got some real heavy hitter words, man. I will never be able to talk like this if I ain't read more.
He says scrumdiddlyumptious. What?
Yep.
Where'd you?
That and them Sherlock Holmes books.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes really be doing that.
He be cooking. Like I don't know what he be doing, but he be cooking.
Nah, that's a fact. Okay, I ain't mad at that. Frankenstein. Yeah, it was funny. So you were reading Frankenstein. I was reading Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is one of the first ones that I read.
Ooh, that's a banger.
It was a banger. I read that John in 7th grade. Yeah. Yeah. No, because it was like that time, because it's like the grotesque meets the sublime. And so like, who's really the monster? Is humanity the monster? Is Frankenstein the monster? Like, who do we like blame for this, right? Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna give one more. Right, it's gonna be a fun one. If you don't, you're probably not really gonna understand it, but this is a fun one.
Yeah.
For my best friend that's gonna be watching this, John, JoJo's Part 7, that is Steel Ball Run, is the best part. I'm trying to get him locked onto it. Remember, and it's going. I called him one day, right? I called him one day out of the blue, just because I had this one. I took away this one like concept from JoJo's Part 7, and I just dropped a cool bar. I think you should tell them what was the bar I dropped on you.
No, you're gonna have to say that again.
So look,
you gonna have me try to remember it word for word, bar for bar. It's not happening.
To give you the small little gist, so we can get into the rest of the podcast. Basically, always be the person that takes the cup to the what is it? To the right of you, right? Because when you do it, you're setting off the chain, and you're being the first person in line to make the change in your life. Right? If you're always a person that is always after the person that takes the cup first, you will always never be in control of your life, and you will always let everything happen to you.
Yeah. And
you will never be in control. And if you're always a person that takes the cup first, you start that chain and it goes down, people will follow and lead by example.
Which was a lesson I had to learn in June because I was feeling out of control. And then he sent that, and I said, you know what? I'm still him. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
I have the control. Yeah, no, I remember you saying that. And it was just like, yeah, this was a very timely thing. Because one thing about Suhayb, he going to be right on time every single time.
I don't know what it is. We got that father and son intuition.
The thing that people keep denying
Come
us
on.
of,
like,
okay? Look at us.
I know my dad hurt, and he know what I'm hurt.
And then we got to show up.
Like, we know this.
Pop out and show niggas. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, we're here. We're back. We're back. Yes. If I'm gonna keep it a bean, Victoria Monet is our new supreme. Everybody just needs to give her all the respect in the world, because at the end of the day, not the day gotta end, but she put on one of the best performances on the BET stage that night. Like, all right, On My Mama into All Right. She had 3 outfit changes. But also, like, her performance acumen is, what'd you say? It
was nice. Didn't she win over Beyonce?
For which one?
I think I was reading it on like the Shade Room, and I was looking at it because I don't really like.
Was it probably Video of the Year? What she get?
It was like Video of the Year. It was like R&B something, like girl artist or something, and she went over Beyonce, and I just looked at it and I was just like,
no, it's real though, because I think like
Beyonce new album was low key heat.
Oh, no, it was very... Cowboy Carter still is at the top of my streams. That has not left my rotation. But I'm glad, like, that Victoria Monet is honestly getting her just due, because some of our biggest hits come from her, and she has written so much. And so now she's just in a space where she has fully arrived, and people can no longer deny her star power. Like, I don't want her in conversation with anybody else.
Okay. Because
she is really her. Continue to get your flowers. I am so excited for this next era of whatever that's going to look like, because Jaguar 2... she really, really did her thing. And then to perform at Essence Fest and really shut it down the same night as Janet Jackson, it just felt like so many torches have been passed to Victoria Monet. Beyonce reposted her. Usher wanted her to honor him. And then you have her and Janet Jackson being able to like really just be in that space and hold it down together. And it really just shows the legacy of Janet Jackson, but then also how artists who come after her are able to make it into their own thing and really perform in a way that is undeniable. And so, Victoria Monet, you deserve all of your flowers. Yeah. Cool?
Cool.
All right. So, Suhayb, we gonna steep into this conversation. Are you ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be, man.
Ready as I'll ever be, y'all. Ready as I'll ever be. Yo, congratulations. You graduated high school.
I made it, man. I made it.
How are you feeling? Like, that is a huge freaking step.
Honestly, I don't think it really hit me yet. Mm-hmm. It's coming in waves. Mm-hmm. It's really coming in waves. Like, certain parts be like, dang, I'm leaving a whole new space I really got over the years. I got really comfortable with and like real familiar with, and felt like I had like a real big like impact. And so now that I'm leaving it, and this in between time between now and the new beginning as college is like real strange, because it's like it feels like I have like something like absent in my life. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But like I feel like it's cool, more free time.
He says much more free time now.
Much more free time, but I don't know. I really low key. I started to love school. I did not love the school I went to at the beginning, but I got in the later years of high school, I really started to love my high school experience. Mm-hmm. And
what were some things that it took you a little bit to start loving about it?
The all-boys school.
Yeah.
Man, yo, that was terrible. Because I was supposed to go to, I got accepted in the KIP. I remember it was like 8th grade. I got accepted in the KIP And my mom let me say no to that. And I was cool because I want to stay at the school with my friends. I was like, because, you know, that's like 8th grade is like 7th grade is your most impactful year because it's like that's when you apply to like
what
high
schools
schools
you want to go to, yeah.
Right? So I was like, all right, I said no, but she randomly put me in a boys' land and I got in. And then she was like, oh, yeah, you're going. I'm like, but I don't want to go. She's like, oh, you don't get a say in it.
Oh.
So like,
you said no choice. Is that you?
It might be me. Oh, this. Quick little side note, they trying to make this video for my trunk party and there's a bunch of embarrassing pictures and it just
trunk party.
Did I say something wrong?
Trunk. Just so people understand that.
No. Yeah, so my trunk party, like the party that you had before you get sent off to college. Yeah, they try to make this embarrassing video and it's just like they keep sending pictures to the family group chat and I'm like, anyways, but nah, like it was that all boys school part, man. Being surrounded by all boys 24/7 really was killing me.
Yeah.
But after a while, it's like I feel like it was really bad in middle school, 9th grade, virtual.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, wow.
I'm a virtual survivor, man. I'm a virtual survivor, cuz. Cuz, stop playing with me, cuz.
Yeah, that's real. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know, like, my like, whole 9th grade year chalk. Like, at least some people, like, my sister, she got her 9th grade year in because, like, you was able to go in, you were able to make friends and, like, conversate.
So you definitely had
but, like, I ain't had no only contact I had was the friends I had from middle school, and that was it. Like, I ain't really had no new friends, but then,
oh, my gosh. I didn't realize that. And then 10th grade is when you went in person.
That was a year.
Yeah. What was that transition like for you?
It was and my friends and them we be talking about it. It was like a real catch up. It was like you just trying to play catch up from last year because like for some people grades, it was like relationships, it's like trying to find your new cliques because it's like 9th grade is supposed to be when you get your cliques, you figuring everything out. This when you make your mistakes. So you go into 10th grade, you a little bit more seasoned, but like I wasn't like lesser than that.
Yeah, 10th grade was actually your first year.
They threw me in the den of wolves and like said survive.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Survive. I think what really got me through the early stages of 10th grade is relying on them old relationships that you had in middle school because if you was in boys at middle school, and you didn't have to go into like a new high school, you just automatically get transferred into high school.
Yeah.
High school. So like, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for my man's Kai, shout out to my man's Kai.
Oh wow, the GOAT.
He wouldn't have got me through. He wouldn't have got me through that 10th grade year.
Oh my god.
But then you get to 11th grade when me and you really connected.
Yep.
11th grade was that felt like growing pains. Like
that was a time.
11th grade. You do your research on 11th grade year. 11th grade year was crazy, and then 12th grade was like hit the ground running.
Yeah.
I did that. I did CCP that summer. Had my summer class. After that, I got into the 12th grade year, being put into college, trying to adjust to that. It was just like hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have no choice.
And it was just like it felt like I was on like top. I was on a roller coaster, going up. And Midway Park crashed. Midway Park crashed, and it was just like it really. Sometimes at certain parts of the last like couple months of high school felt like it was just like a
consistent up and down.
It was like up and down, it had highlights, downsides, downsides, man. It was just like, but to any of the youngins that is watching this, if you watch this and you go to Boys Latin, do the Latin pledge as early as possible. Now I cooked that joint though because I have some pretty good acting skills. I was in a couple plays. I did a couple things.
You got something from me. You know, I did the theater as a kid too. I ain't gonna hold.
You see how you try to compare? Like it's supposed to be my story.
He's so hype. I just wanted to be. I'm trying to relate. Like,
but like yeah. So but nah. What really helped me get through that Latin pledge, and I think the only thing that really got me through the Latin pledge that fast was the fact that I am Muslim and my dad and my mom made me study the Quran and surahs a lot, so like that repetition on like memorization skills, it got me real quick. But it's also just like that helped me be a better actor because I was able to learn my lines really fast. A funny story. It's about you. It has to do with you.
What I do?
I had a play. I was in a play. The first ever play I was in. It was like a 20 play. It was like shorts. It was like 20 plays in one night, and you had to perform it in an hour. I had 2 monologues. I only knew 1. And I go in his room. It's a day off. I was in 10 other plays. I was like, I'm not going to class today. I'm sitting here and I'm gonna learn these lines. And
sure did.
I learned all the lines.
And did.
Think about that, bro. That's crazy. 10 And there was like some of them was smaller parts, but some of them I had some good amount of lines. I
Yeah.
at the very least, I had to remember the cues.
I said, dog, you got that, cause what?
I killed that joint now.
Sitting there, I texting, Suhayb in your room? No, what are you talking about?
I don't like. Chill.
It's all good. That's what.
And then 12th grade. It was the last couple of months. This joint started to hit me. It's like. They didn't really had to go to class. I'm not caring about classes no more. I ain't had no finals. I said that Latin pledge, man. Niggas couldn't tell me nothing, man. What? As soon as they confirmed that I was graduating and I did that Latin pledge, niggas wasn't telling me nothing, bro.
He said, I'm graduating. I don't got to be here no more. I am out. I'm
done.
Dog, and yeah, oh my goodness. That's real. And because you dealt with so many ups and downs of this year, especially because, like, I remember just watching a little bit of like your anxieties pop up in different spaces. Like, am I doing this thing right? All right, now this one teacher's cooking me when it comes to my classes, and how do I advocate for myself? And because you're dealing with dual enrollment too.
That college stuff was, some parts was easy, some parts was fun, but some parts was just terrible. I mean, like, I got some horror stories. It was like, I ain't never thought, but I feel like with the real part is like certain parts, I feel like I wasn't like fully prepared and I was just like thrusted into the joint.
Yeah.
And I was able to adjust a little bit, but I feel like if y'all would have gave me a little bit more time in the game, I really would have been cooking for real.
They said college is dual enrollment. You do not get anything going for you.
I really had, it was this one teacher I had, and she was so rude to me, and I'm pretty sure she was sexist. She was a little rude to only the men specific.
It's not sexism. No. The reverse sexism don't exist over here. Nope.
No, like
she was tougher on the guys though.
She would only give exclusive praise to the women. Misandrist.
Yeah. It's like the opposite of misogyny.
Oh.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day. I apologize. I didn't even know that. But
that's learning real
she
time.
was like really rude to all the men, and then she was like, "Yeah." I think she said something about. I think there's one line stuck in my brain. She was like, "Yeah, women on top. Women are supposed to be the best, and men will always sit at the bottom, and they'll never be able to do anything." I sit there. I'm in the middle of class trying to take my notes. I'm like, "Shorty, what are you talking about?" And also, she cooked me on my grade. Like, I remember I did that artwork project for her, and she changed the date. Look, because my aunt told me, my aunt Z told me, she was like, "Suhayb, read the syllabus, put the important dates down." And I said, "I got you." The artwork project, I did it earlier. I had a family business to handle.
Yeah.
I stepped out. I came back. It was already done, but I was going to submit it, just like finally check over it, because I'm like, I got submitted at 12 o'clock. I'm going to be good. I get home. I'm checking the thing. It says, she changed it to 8 o'clock, and she wouldn't let me resubmit it.
Oh, wow.
And then she tried to say, I never paid attention in the class, yada, yada, yada. But I got a 98 on that final, though.
Energy.
And what?
Stop playing.
And I got a 98 on that final, though.
Stop playing.
And what? But,
okay.
Yeah.
That is funny. And that's going to be, it's cool. Like, not cool that you had to have that experience, because that's definitely difficult when, like, an adult teacher definitely, like, places so many of their politics onto you, and you're experiencing, like, the negative parts of what that could be, or unintended consequences of it. But it also shows, like, the different kind of people you're going to learn to interact with when you get to school too, because that is probably one of the most transformative parts I had when I went to college for the first time. Was just like, oh, everything's on you.
Yeah.
You got to communicate, right?
Yeah.
You got to do all of this stuff. And so what are some things you feel like prepared you for learning how to, advocate for yourself? Because I remember we had talks sometimes, and you talked to some of your other teachers around like, yo, how do I get into this conversation? Because this teacher's not doing what they need to do, or I'm struggling with this thing. So what kind of conversation do I have? And so what are some things that you learned in this last year that you want to take into your college experience?
A funny one, I don't have to ask to go use the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yo, when I found that, my mind was blown. And my mind was blown. I was like, I don't got to ask to use the bathroom. I could just walk out and use the bathroom. But nah, like, honest, like, I feel like it really just comes, like, for me, it just really came down to confidence. Like, you really got to, like, the first step is you got to have the confidence to have the conversation. You don't have the confidence to have the conversation never going to happen.
Right.
You got to have the confidence. And you also just got to know, like, you got to come in there with an objective and to get your objective and point across.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you come in there with that confidence, but you flipping and flopping, don't really know what the main objective for the conversation is, you never gonna get your point across, and you never gonna get what you need out of the conversation to happen. Like, so, like, let's say if, like, for example, like, I want to get my grade to improve, and by doing that, I'm about to probably ask for extra credit or like, can I make up assignments? Right. I got my objective. Now I got the confidence because now I internalize what I need to do to get that and what I'm going to gain out of it, right? So then I can have the conversation, and then it has a likelihood of going better for me. But if I don't know either step 1 or step 2,
cooked.
Your plan is cooked. You don't got the confidence to go in there and say it. You're never going to get up and say it, even if you have the main objective that you need. But if you have the confidence, but you don't really know what the main objective is, you never really going to like. You can have a broad idea of what you want the conversation to be, but you really gotta like. I really had to learn. You gotta concise stuff down. You gotta like condense. You gotta condense, because sometimes you can tell people information and like try to make it like one thing, but they can take one part out of it and like miss the big idea. So if you condense it as much as possible and make it as like no room where you could possibly get like little tidbits and get it up.
We call this economy of language in education. Take out all the fluff and just get straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
Walk to the bathroom. You're back in 5 minutes. Hey, yeah, if you want to just like, take a walk to the bathroom, and then just like if you need to stop somewhere and just, no, you're talking too much. No, here's a clear
bathroom back.
You're right.
Bathroom back.
Nothing more, nothing less. Okay.
Yeah, it was also just like you really got to have that confidence. But I feel like the main thing that was really messing me up in the earlier parts is that I wasn't really having a confidence to talk to my teachers or like even my peers. Even though I'm like a really social person, like a really outgoing and social person. If you ever meet me in person, that's just how I am. But like, I don't know, it was like a whole new situation. I'm literally like the youngest person because I was like the youngest person in my grade. Like I graduated earlier than I really was supposed to. I'm technically supposed to be an 11th grader,
but we out here. Okay, one thing about him, he gonna skip a grade. Stop playing. Okay,
but I was the youngest person in the room. Everybody, I'm seeing like it was this one guy. He was in his like 50s in my class. It's a 20-year-old. It's a person just getting it. It was like really weird because it's like a whole new dynamic. My teacher, some teachers was like a lot more willing to talk. Some teachers wasn't really. They was really just like, come to class, take my notes, do your work, leave, get out. But it was just.
Which professor do you think you found yourself understanding the most, or at least like wanting to, like you're like, oh, I like your style?
Nah, it was really my history teacher and my math teacher. They got me right, because I really loved about my math class. It wasn't like a super like advanced level math. It was like return back to the basics, because something I learned is that like, and something I've been trying to progress over the summer is like building my mental math, definitely because I'm about to be going into like an engineering space, and it's like that's a lot of math, man. It is, yep. So the main thing I've really been trying to gain is like a mastery over like mental math and whatnot. So just him taking me back to the basics and being like real patient, but then also being like having like a real fun teaching style made it like really beautiful for me. And I just really love my history teacher because she was making like certain parts of history sound fun, but she also knew when to really get serious. But then she was also just like a joy to talk to. And like, she was also just all the time willing to talk to you, even about like work, outside of work. Like she was just like so invested into like her job and also her students. And it was the best. If I get teachers like that in college, I'm gonna be good.
Oh, well, you're not. So we're gonna take a quick break here. All right, so you talked around your high school experience, the things that you were learning, the things you're taking away, the kind of professors you were excited about. Now, college is a completely new experience of life, right? This is like your mini intro into adulthood. At least that's what it was like for me. Like I got there and was just like, oh, I make my own decisions. I got to make my own schedule. I got to manage my time right. I got to talk to my professors. I got to pick my classes and really take that time. And I was a kid in school that, for me, every single hour was calculated. Quite literally, I took 5 AP classes, 2 advanced classes, a music class, was in theater, had a job. I did too much. Some old habits don't die. Some die very hard because niggas still choose to be busy. But nonetheless, I remember getting into college and was just like, oh, this is easy. It was an adjustment because I was just like, oh, well, I don't have to be back to back on everything and repeat and do it all over again. I was like, oh, I get all of my classes done from 8:45 straight through to 12:20. The rest of the day was mine. I ate lunch. I played Super Smash with my friends, and then I did my work study. And if it was a theater season, then I was in rehearsals from 6:30 to 9:30. But for the most part, like, it was cool and it was my schedule. And so I remember just like, I adjusted very well because I was so used to always having to be on, but this time I didn't have to. Yeah. Right. And so I chose to be in a club that I never would do. I mean, a club of something I was passionate about. And so I ended up joining the dance corps. And so I was teaching classes. I was doing, that's how
I ain't never hear some stuff like this. Dance corps. What are y'all even doing?
I was a whole choreographer for dancing. What? I was in a whole dance crew in high school. I never told you this.
I never heard some stuff like this ever. Dance corps?
Yeah. So I was dancing. I was choreographing. Wow.
That's an interesting thing.
I never told you that. You know I played the cello though.
I did know you. I knew about the cello. I ain't never know about
cello, basketball, dance.
I knew about the basketball.
Yeah.
Never knew about the dance.
Oh, so dancing was a thing. Like depending on like how people, you can tell who knows me from what age based on like how they remember me. So like if you knew me in high school, you knew me as either carrying that big ass cello on my back or I was dancing. I was in a dance crew. Oh, Marquise is a dancer. We know. Like mad smart, but the dancer. Got to college, still the dancer, but a little bit more like the activist. That was definitely like 2016. My life shifted. Like I said, that's my Malcolm X era, and really just kept that going from there. You already one thing about you're gonna remind me. Yeah. And then after college was podcasting. So like it's funny like how different people know me based off of like what age, and so I can always tell like which era you came from. But fun fact. Yeah. But back to you.
I feel like you kind of said the same like for right now. Like I feel like a lot of people I taught at Boyland, but then also like some of my peers know me from like different eras because like I was if you would have caught me in 10th grade, you would have never seen me with this much hair. I was a hat guy. I wore a lot of hats. Like I was known to be like, so he was a guy that had some pretty cool hats, and he talks. That
was my freshman year.
You know what I mean? Then it was like, then I had like a little shaky period with the just the box. That was, you never gonna talk about that.
Oh my God, that was an era.
We're not gonna talk about that.
About his box.
But now 11th grade, end of 11th grade, 12th grade, got the amazing fro, and you can see the pick in the.
Oh dog, yeah, straight like that.
Nah, like it's some things I'm really scared about. Yo, if I don't. All right, so look, I'm gonna just tell y'all, I'm going.
That's all good.
I'm going to Penn State, Altoona specifically first, cut the costs and make it easier for my mom and then just for me paying it, and then main campus. But they just got some new renovated dorms, right? And when I mean the bathrooms are like hotel bathrooms, and you like it's two for like parts of the hallway, and like you share it with like 4 people.
Yeah. Oh, you're in a suite?
It would be like it's like 2 people, but it's like outside they got new renovated bathrooms, and you go in there and it's like you can shut the door. It's like a whole shower type.
We had a communal bathroom. I don't want to hear that one thing.
So I'm like, if I don't get that, I'm about to cry. If I don't get that and I got to sit there and I got to be a peasant and walk in a communal bathroom.
You better keep your shower shoes. Stop playing.
Bro, I need them shower shoes, bro.
Immediately.
Like, no, but it's really that public showering. I'm hearing some horror stories from my sisters, some stories from people like, bathroom stinking, people using the like partying, throw up, poop, all that. That sounds terrifying. Also, if y'all, I think I talked about this the last time I was on the podcast, but I was a little bit of a chef. I'm a cook. I do here. So if that food trash, I'm gonna be mad about that too.
Oh man, it's probably just similar Aramark food, so it's got a couple laxatives in it. So be prepared for that. Your guts are gonna.
I'm gonna miss that home cooking real bad.
Yeah, no, that's probably one of the biggest things. Like the home cooking is definitely like one that you miss. Find your community real quick. I would say too. Like find all the Black people.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. They got me in. I'm 4 hours away from Philly, up in the boonies.
Yeah, man. Oh wow,
I'm gonna come back a different shade of light skin.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, like the cold air is gonna get me.
I know your winter shade's gonna be real winterish.
Like I'm gonna come back looking like a mixed kid. I'm gonna come back looking like a mixed kid.
Don't say that. No Adonis over here.
Bro, Adonis kind of cool though.
Is he? Would you let him call you the N-word?
But is he a little cool? Yeah, my boy a little cool. He a little cool. I like.
Is he only cool because he's Drake's son?
No, he cool because he got that nice hair, bro.
Oh, okay.
His hair thorough.
I mean, I guess.
Drake not cool though.
Ain't never will be. Adonis.
Yo, for all y'all people that was meat riding Drake and say that he was gonna win that beef, y'all are losers. I was
every single one.
Kendrick. I was on Kendrick's side from day one,
and
bro.
this is why you my son.
Yeah,
we get it.
And what's your favorite album from Kendrick?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
And mine just
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Exactly.
Stop playing with us.
That's
okay.
You know, we like father and son.
And see, and y'all really been denying it. Even when Chris walked in, he was like, adopted.
Like that's just rude.
Yeah, there's a studio audience. Yeah, we're clocking
I guess
it.
You know, on my episodes is always studio audience.
Oh,
but
wow,
you know, they get to see like the. Like, you know,
the pizzazz. Stop playing with him.
Pizzazz, like the real charisma.
Okay, stop playing with him.
Yeah, feel me? But now, like that food, I'm gonna miss. My mom was like, "Oh yeah, he probably not gonna want to come back home. I'm gonna want to come back home."
You're gonna like the independence. You are gonna like the independence.
But like they talking about, he probably not gonna come back home for Thanksgiving. Who not coming back home for Thanksgiving? I need that food.
Oh, you gotta find a barber.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna keep it a beam. I'm thinking about it.
Because I used to get 2 cuts a year when I first went, and then when I went back for my mid-break.
That's why this fro, I'm about to come back like looking crazy. People not gonna be able to say I'm not black. This fro gonna be, this joint gonna be crazy. But I think I may be a little cool because I do know how to cut hair.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we went through this before we even got on this conversation.
I do know how to cut hair a little bit.
Yeah.
I give myself a little shape up, little.
I won't ever be looking too crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You coolin'.
When I had waves, I used to cut my hair, and I used to go to my barber, and then he just like do my line. I used to like because like I didn't like how like sometimes like my hair was like they cut off too much or like too little, and had to get myself right.
I understand.
Like my waves, how I like my waves.
That's valid though.
But. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a bean. This fro gonna be looking crazy. Probably the next time you see me on this episode. I ain't
gonna come back. He's like, I've been through so much. He suddenly got a beard. I'm like, what has happened?
I grew up a couple inches.
No, let's not get too crazy. Okay, sorry. No, you got one more growth spurt in you.
Yeah, like if I can get to, I'm 5'7". I went to the doctor today. I'm 5'7" exactly. Don't diss my height. I'm 5'7".
If you get to 5,
if I get to 5'8", 5, no, I want like a calm 5'9". I can deal with a calm 5'9".
I just want average height,
bro.
That's it.
Calm 5'9". I'm gonna be good, bro, because like I get this 24/7 for my height, and I'm like not even that short. Like you looking at me like, oh, this he lying.
Because like the problem is when you're 6'2", you can tell when somebody else is not 6'2". Yeah. Like a 6 foot nigga is a 6 foot nigga.
Yeah.
Now it's different, and then when you under 6 foot, it's different.
Wait, hold on. I got a question. How do you feel about the people that be like, I'm 5'10", but they just like round up and just say that they 6?
And that's not true because you're not 6 foot. Like you're trying to be in a 6 foot club, and it's not gonna ever be
I'm
that.
5'10".
Nope, and it doesn't work.
Call me 6'1".
And we're not because I'm still looking down at you.
I'm still
like that's the reality. I'm looking down at you, which means you are not on my level.
Yeah, that's a good point. But nah, like
no offense, I'm not height shaming anybody.
I don't know, man. College gonna be an interesting experience. It's like I feel like I'm gonna be pretty active in my college community. So if y'all watching this ahead of time or you looking back on this, like fact check it.
Okay, and I'm holding you to that too.
Hold me accountable.
Yeah.
Hold me accountable. I don't know. It might give me a little bit of a slow start because like I feel like even though how like bright of a light I am, and how people say I am. And how I can like really light up a room and just like make everybody feel comfortable. Like, like for me, even me knowing now as I progress and got older, like I gotta find that level of comfortability first. Like I gotta find my footing before I start. Sorry, I gotta get a feel for things first before I start doing anything too crazy.
No, that's real. And I keep saying like take your time, especially like learn the space. Figure out because you're gonna change so much when you get there, especially because like this is gonna be like a first real time not under a parent's roof, right? Yeah. And so you learn the first thing you learn, which parent am I? You're gonna find out real quick. I became Nicole very quickly, and so like the cleaning habits, I turned into my mom real quick, and so there are gonna be little things where you're just like, "Ooh, this irritates me," and now I understand what my mom was talking about. Why is this annoying?
Because
I'm so mad.
You don't really understand my level of pain. Shout out to my mom. My mom is a cleaning lady. She works at Jefferson.
Yeah,
and she is a clean freak.
Yeah.
And it be killing me sometimes because it'd be like bed made up, desk clean. Mm-hmm. She sees a random pencil in the corner of the room that I didn't even see. Now she's snapping on me. Your room's a mess. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like,
don't worry. Once you hit that roommate and you're gonna realize that my only piece of advice. No, I got more. But this most important piece of advice is when you get your roommate, Do not lie on that roommate agreement.
What that mean?
Tell every single thing that irritates you. Tell them everything. Do you go to bed early? Are you a late night person? Are you clean? Are you slightly messy? Like, give them your degree of messy. What is your non-negotiable?
Oh, I got some non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables. Tell them everything, because then this way they can't be surprised how you show up. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing. Some people go into college and it's like, oh, I'm really chill. I like everything. No, they don't. They're liars.
Yeah.
They are liars. Okay. I am a regimented person. I am up early all the time.
Yes.
I'm going to bed early. I'm not a late night person. I like to be a little considerate. You said what?
Your stories say otherwise.
I'm a late night person on the weekends.
That don't be looking like the weekends, brother.
Why are you in my business?
Anyways, but not
anyway,
like, you know.
No, but seriously, like, take time to continue to get to know yourself and be open to learning new things about yourself too, because there are going to be situations you are going to be in and you're like, I can't lean on anybody right now to be able to like give me advice. You're going to have to make game time decisions, and you've been doing a lot really well between like your senior year, the summer and everything, but really, really like lean in. And don't forget, like, you know, people, we're all a phone call away. But it is a time where you get to really like no longer be the person people expected you to be. You get to be the person you want to be, and really like lean into that a lot more, because there was so much of like an expectation, like, okay, Marquise is the social one. He's going to always be super smart. He's always going to be this. This is how he shows up, da, 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 da. But when I got to college, so many things I learned, I was like, oh, no, I'm just doing that because it was expected. I'm not doing it because I wanted to. It's not like any of this. And I did that to maintain like social status. But like in reality, once I got to college, I got to lean into who I wanted to be and didn't have to perform for anybody. And so in that first semester, you're going to change so much. And when you come back, people are going to be like, yo, you're different. And you got to prepare for like them being able to meet that version of you, and you also being ready to like embrace that version of you too, because there are going to be some things where you're just like, oh, this irritates me now. Why was I hanging out with you? Like, it's not the same.
Sorry, picking apart relationships.
Little things, right? And so just like be open to that, be open to change, and then really think around like, how do you want the next? Are you going to be the one to pick up the utensil on the right?
See, he's my own bars on me.
Okay, because you're in control of what you want, right? And so continue to do that. Continue to like lean in. Other than that, though, I'm just proud of you, man. You made it. You did it. I'm so excited to hear them calls when you're just like, yo, Richards, let me tell you about. Because I am so looking forward to it.
One thing they can vouch for me is that sometimes I be having the funniest and craziest stories.
Yeah,
when he get that one really random phone call, that he know you about to hear a good story.
Something's happening. Something's happening.
I'm like, yo, Richard,
you believe.
But nah, I really hope when I come back is really I get that college glow up in a good way. Cause some people be getting that glow ups, but they don't really be in the most positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like I want the full goatee. And I want the hair to be looking nice. I want to have like a good blend of white and black style. I want to be like a good.
He said not.
I want it to make sense. You feel me? I don't want to come back looking like.
You look like what you've been through.
Like I look like
you're struggling.
Lose a couple 100 pounds. I'm joking.
I'm only 100 pounds.
I'm only 120.
Don't lose no more.
Lose a couple pounds.
You're gonna gain that freshman 20.
I need that freshman 20.
Honestly, it took me to my sophomore year to start gaining it, because I walked into college kind of looking like you. I was just taller.
Nah, bro, I'm like built though. I'm like built though.
All right. So, anyways, this was another really good episode of Keeping It a Bean, and we love a delusional king over here. Suhayb, let the people know where they can find.
Call me delusional, bro. I'm cut, bro. What you talking about?
I'm cut, bro.
I'm really nice for. I do.
No, you do. I know.
But also another shout out to Kai. Kai got me right this winter. Kai got me right this winter in this gym.
Shout out to Kai.
You really need in times of distress, hit that gym and get yourself right mentally and also physically, bro. They got me right.
Not you out here.
They got me right.
You really old man sometimes.
Got me right. But nah,
I appreciate this conversation, honestly. Like, really, really excited for you for this new step into your journey. And really just remember the community that you do have here, and be prepared to make a completely new community at the same time. And that's going to be totally okay. Yeah, man. Do you have any parting words for the people?
Man, I enjoy to be here. Life is good. Kendrick music is good. I don't know, man. That's really it. Check back when we get to the next episode. Hopefully, I'm doing even more better than I am right now.
Okay.
And college gonna go well. Engineering. 2 years at Altoona Engineering. 2 years at Main Campus Aerospace.
Yeah.
We shooting for NASA.
Come on now. I know somebody.
That's why.
And now we out here. Stop playing.
But also, you can find me at Okami_Hayb. OKAMI_HAYB. You feel me? If also a follow up to what I said at the end of the last podcast on the update of the internet show I am starting. It is still in the process and it's actually getting better and better and better and better.
Yes, it is.
The main thing is that like I've been talking to a lot of people is like how to differentiate my podcast idea from other people's and whatnot because it's and like how it works as like an internet show. Just want to make it like a lot more different. But I feel like as a concept for what I have right now, like I'm gonna give y'all a sales pitch, right? Peep game.
Lock in.
My name is Suhayb, SUHAYB. The name of the show is gonna be called Sous Chef. SU/chef. Like sous chef, that's SOUS chef, like an assistant chef, right? And how it would go is I would have like friends or people that are in my community come on the show. I teach them how to cook something. The main point was for the summer, I was supposed to start up this summer. I might shoot a couple of episodes out before I leave before college, but was to help, like teach people how to cook certain things and then also just like share the love that I have with cooking to other people and just like pass it along. And it'll be like a fun interview style as I'm going along. I'm asking you funnier questions and the deeper questions hit when we actually eating the meal and whatnot. And yeah, I feel like the main thing that will really make it better is that it's like just how I am as a person and how I connect with the people that's around me. But it's also like a lot of people just be cooking food to cook food because it's like, oh, it's a celebrity on my show. Yeah. It's like I'm cooking food to show you how to cook a dish.
Right.
And I feel like even the fun part, if I don't even know how to cook the dish, is that we're attempting it together because like the fun part of cooking is finding where you went wrong and then being able to correct it. But it's like it's still the journey is still fun.
Iterative process. We out here.
It's a process. It's still gonna be fun along the way. But that's kind of it. But this is my name. Final thing. My name is Suhayb Ibn Fahim Rice, and I was glad to be here on this episode.
Man, I'm excited to have you back, my guy. I'm so excited when the show pops out. So there are a couple things we got to do. We're holding you to, and you said it on the show.
Yes.
And so don't be surprised when I drop that clip and just be like, remember when you said this?
Mm-hmm. And when y'all ask me, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep it a bean.
I see what he did there. And we're back here, and we're back, my guy. Thank you for having me again. It was good having you on the show all over again. You already know you're always welcome back no matter what. Again, I'm so proud of you. If you are still here and you are watching, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification button as well. If you're still here and you're listening, because I'm your favorite morning drive, make sure that you give me a 5-star and leave a comment on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Other than that, this is your boy Marquise at Marquise Davon across all social media. That is MarquiseDavon. Other than that, peace.
I did that.